McLaren must get their F1 house in order before they leap into IndyCar. The Indianapolis 500 is one of the world's greatest sports events. The build-up is American razzmatazz at its most extravagant, and the race itself is a thrill-a-minute ride on the edge. So it was an unforgettable privilege to be at the Motor Speedway for the 2017 edition, in which Fernando Alonso excelled. We saluted Zak Brown and CEO at McLaren's vision in taking themselves across the Atlantic to renew Formula One's long but broken association with the race. However, those memories do nothing to assuage my fear that McLaren are badly mistaken in contemplating full-time involvement in IndyCar. To explore the possibility, Brown traveled to Detroit at the start of the month. He returned to the Montreal paddock to extol the idea in principle, but promised that any move to Indy would not cost the team focus on their avowed priority, namely F1. My belief is that McLaren should not broaden their racing activities at this point. They are struggling to find form in F1. Their times in qualifying last weekend in Montreal were 0.2 seconds further behind Renault than in the opening round in Melbourne. They have not remotely turned around their great team, which is going through the weakest set of results in their history, a malady that has lasted for 5 years and counting. I do not see how IndyCar participation could be anything other than a distraction. I accept that they would not share engineers from one series to another, but any thought and time given to IndyCar is of itself an unwelcome intrusion. For example, Brown's own energies would be pulled in two directions. How could he give all his attention to F1 while in Detroit? Or Indianapolis, or Phoenix, or Long Beach? I am happy to report that I escaped without a bloody nose despite Max Verstappen's response to my question asking why he kept crashing. He said he would headbutt anyone else who asked him about his messy start to the season. I took his threat in good part, though he should note that the questions have stopped not because of what he said, but the way he drove a clean race in Canada to finish third. The remedy lies in his hands rather than in shooting the messenger. Questioner. Winnie Harlow, the model who waved the checkered flag lap early in Montreal, has been pilloried as if she were a total dunce. She has hit back, and quite rightly. The flag marshal told her when to wave the flag and she merely obliged the instruction. It was fortunate that no fans, believing the race to be over, got onto the track and were knocked over as the cars continued around the circuit at full speed. Race director Charlie Whiting explained, "It was a miscommunication between the start platform and the guy they call the starter here. He thought it was the last lap and asked them at the top to confirm it. They confirmed it. They thought he was making a statement when in fact he was asking a question. He told the flag waver to wave the flag lap early. It was as simple as that. It wasn't anything to do with the fact it was a celebrity flag waver. The celebrity was not to blame.